What's up, people? This is Chef here again. I apologize for the quality of this ahead of time. We're going to do a locals report. Now, this is my first locals since the week before December. I didn't quit the game, I just was working every single Saturday. But I found a place that actually holds them on Sunday, but it's takes me 2 hours to get there, so I don't know how often I'll be able to go. But I did top. I got top 4. We just decided to split it. But we played, as usual, we played Draco ABCs. I only found out yesterday that I'd be able to go, so I didn't get, all the cards I wanted to. Well, let's get over this, right? So, 2A, 2B, 2C. So 6 of these guys, but you're running the terraforming and the hangars and stuff. So there's really a lot more than that in the deck, technically speaking, in terms of adding it off of them. Then we've got 3 gold and 3 silver. Sometimes when you side, you'll side 1 silver out, or possibly 1 silver and 1 gold. You never want to side out the gold before the silver, though. So has higher attack. Then, of course, we've got double masterpiece. Yeah, that's standard. 1 garnet. We only drew this once. 2 veilers. We drew it twice. We only got to resolve. No, we drew it 3 times. We only got to resolve it once. It was pretty clutch when we did actually get to resolve it, though. Then we have 3 ogres, and that's it for the hand traps in the main. I do not currently have ash blossoms after I got my. After YCS San Diego, I just sold them because I was I don't have another big tournament until Nats, and there's no reason to hold on to them just for locals, especially when I was I'm probably not going to get to go to a lot of them. But I really want to try to start going to more now that Nats is a couple of months away. So now for spells, we've got triple union hanger, triple diagram, triple terraforming, 1 set rotation. We locked True Draco out with this once. It was pretty clutch. Triple Brilliant Fusion. I got this off 3 times, I believe, and then it got, I used it to bait out Ash twice in the tournament, and I also, I only drew Garnet once, but the one time I drew Garnet, I also drew 2 Brilliant Fusion. Yeah. So then we have Heritage, 1 Monster Reborn. We actually never resolved this. We drew it twice, but one of the times I didn't need to actually use it to get free game. I was I'll just save it in case they have the out, to my push for game, and then I'll just have this for next turn. But didn't need next turn. And the other time I drew it, it got banished off of Reincarnation. Then we have 1 True Draco Apocalypse, 1 True King's Return. We never activated either of their second effects, although their effects when they hit Graveyard did get off numerous times and were super clutch. We have 1 Imperial Order. That one actually, I wouldn't say lost me a game. I feel like I was going to lose that game either way. It helped me stay in it way longer than I really should have. 1 Strike and 1 Solemn. I do not currently own a Judgment. That was one of the cards I was not able to get in time for the tournament. And I did not have a third Valor, or else I would have played it. I feel like I really should have one somewhere around here. Yeah. I did summon Garnet once, and I didn't win with him, but I stalled out with him with like I had 4 cards in the back row, but like 2 of them were bluffs, but the other 2 were actual like good cards. And I attacked a couple times with him, and then I top decked a assault core after like 3 turns of it. And managed to swing for game because of it. So next up we've got the X deck. This is the one that's more unfinished. So we've got Abyss Dweller because it steals games against Burning Abyss, which it is a local tournament, and I didn't know exactly how meta it was going to be, and I was fearing the grass decks and the Burning Abyss decks. Especially Burning Abyss. I have a history of drawing very poorly against Burning Abyss. Until I side. Once I side, I draw amazing against them. But anytime, like, I don't think I've ever won, like, a single game 1 versus Burning Abyss. But I also have never lost a match against Burning Abyss. Mostly because of Abyss Dweller, but also because of, Ghost Reaper. Then we got Castell. We summoned this once. It was pretty clutch. In that scenario. Baguska, we stalled out, I believe, twice with this. We summoned this versus a Pendulum Magician, and they just couldn't do anything. Tornado Dragon, I made once, but once again, pretty clutch. Diamond Direwolf, MVP of this tournament. I made this guy every round, and every round he hit like a solemn in the back row, and then I made Buster, so he just won me game after game. Utopia package, they're blitzing over here. Also came in clutch twice. One time I just made him to bait out the strike because I knew that they couldn't allow Utopia to run over their monster because they'd lose if they did, because it would be in time. So I knew they solemn it, and then I just made ABC Dragon Buster. There was nothing they could have done there. Ancient Fairy, we only made this once in the very first game of the day, and it got negated, but we still won that game, so, it got negated and destroyed, but, it worked as bait, because I actually did have a follow-up play, but that play would have been way better. 3 ABC Dragon Buster, not much to say about that. 1 Seraphonite, another MVP of the deck. Although we did summon her once and not have like a real good follow-up play. Like they didn't even open hand traps. It's just that like I just didn't open anything like that one time. Underclock Taker, I summoned this every single round, I think, except I forget which round it was. There was No, I summoned it every round. I'm thinking of Friendly that I did where I didn't summon it. Okay. And it came in clutch several times. I won 2 games off of this guy's effect by targeting, once I targeted an A and an opponent's monster to make it 0, and then once I made it, I minused off 3k off of from a Dragon Buster, and swung for game both times. Cleafort Genius, I actually never really made this. I made it like twice. Once just to have a body on board, and one other time it got, I believe it was striked. And Decode Talker we made almost every game. I think like at minimum, I want to say 75% of my games, I summoned him. Okay, so side deck time. Okay, so we've got D-barriers. For going first against Pendulum, as well as any rogue that it might be good against. We did draw it against Pendulum, and we did screw over Pendulum pretty hard when we did. Especially since we drew it in tandem with Anti-Spell. So like they tried to use like Astrograph to summon, and I like de-buried, and they just couldn't summon it. But Anti-Spell, I drew it in my opening hand, going first against them, and they just couldn't play at all. Eventually they outed it, but at that point it was just too late. Droll and Lockbirds. We never drew these. They were kind of mainly just in there because I just didn't have other hand traps for the most part. I sided them in against True Draco because the guy just wasn't drawing a mono. Two Gamma Seals for True Draco. We never saw them. And we've got 3 Danko for Paleo and and for True Draco. So like we just like would summon this. Here he is, and they can't set anything. And also for Trickstar, because Trickstar sets a lot. I sided it in twice. No, 3 times. 3 out of my 4 matches, I sided this card in, and I never once saw it. Sad face. I usually have really good luck drawing Danko. And last up, we've got double Lancia. Lancia was actually super clutch in my my Trickstar matchup, which is the only time I sided it in, just because like I just didn't want to auto lose to, to like reincarnation like Droll. That's it for the side. As for the matchups, I went up against round 1. I went up against Counter Fairies, which I 2-0'd. The guy didn't really seem to know what I was playing exactly. And we opened pretty well against him. Destroyed him, really. But GG. And went on to round 2, where I faced Pendulum, which went into game 3. It was a really close match. But I drew the floodgates going first. And when they did actually at one point have the out to Anti-Spell, because they did eventually out it, but one of the times in one of the games with the Anti-Spell, they tried to out it, and I flipped Imperial Order on them, which was pretty funny, because they like set something to destroy it, and then boom. So that one was really close. Round 3, I faced True Dracos, won game 1, lost games 2 and 3. I feel like the first 2 games, the first game I feel like I won very easily. The second game I felt was very, very, very close. And the guy was very good. But we weren't winning that. But very close. I didn't draw any of my sides against them though. Then round 4 was Trickstars, which went into game 3, I believe. You know what? It might have just been a really long game too. I honestly forget, but you know they didn't stand much of a chance. I just kept drawing my like the nuts against them. Like they would have had to have like 3 negates every turn to stop me with what I was drawing against them. But that's the benefits of building a very consistent deck. Um, as for the shop, Game Zone in Lemon Grove, California. Honestly, one of the best shops I've been to. I try not to judge shops based on the first time I've ever been to a shop because sometimes it's colored by the fact that you won, or sometimes it's colored by the fact that you lost, or sometimes like you're just having a bad day, or someone else is having a bad day, and it can color your perspective. If one person who's not really an asshole is just kind of being one because they had like some real shit day, and then you can get the wrong impression. Usually I try to judge it after a few times, but yeah. But let's do a test hand really quick. I'm gonna put this down. Kind of see what we got here. So I really wanted to play the Trickstar like ABC Kaiju variant. It looked like a lot of fun, but I didn't have the Dark Worms. Well, I have one Dark Worm. I wanted 2 for it, and I didn't have the Dragon Shrines or the Chirurgia, so this is what I played instead. So let's see. Oh, Garnet. Okay, so we're off to a great start here. Wow. Okay. I see how it is. So yeah, you just go like the Union Hangers. You search out probably just like A. And you're probably just gonna use the silver gadget with like summoning like the A, attach like B or whatever, and go into like Baguska just because you have 2 completely dead cards in your hand. You're obviously gonna set this for a bluff. Hope they take it. But let's go for the second hand. Okay. Because we did just organize our cards, so gotta give it a good shuffle. I really need to get something to hold this phone up. But here we go. Okay, warning. Silver. Garnet again. Brilliant Fusion again. And effect failure. No, this is sad. This is like legitimately sad. Okay, normal summon Garnet, double set. Let's just play Protect the Garnet, boys. Oh, what's that? You summoned something? Okay, I saw money. My turn. Oh, hi, Masterpiece. Tribute summon. Boom. It's not great, but like, oh well. We just keep drawing the Garnet. Like, you see, I just keep drawing Garnet. He loves me. One last hand, and then we'll call it, because we're almost at the 20-minute mark. There we go. Hanger. Apocalypse. Gadget. A diagram. So this is actually really good. So you go, diagram, effect, right? Popping silver gadget, special gold gadget. Gold's effect is going to, special A. And then we're going to add masterpiece. Then you activate hanger, effects. Let's add C. So, normal summon C. Effect will attach B. Link 3. Decode. And then of course you just you activate your effects here. B. Probably add A. Haha. There we go. And of course you banish for everybody's favorite friend, Draco. My bestest friend in the whole wide world. My helmet is strapped on tight, you guys. And then of course you set your apocalypse. And then you pass, and then of course you tag out the buster in the standby. Always tag out the buster in the standby. Cannot stress that enough. And then you go you hang an effect and you attach. I guess you attach a B to C. Or you can, since you already have a piece in hand, I guess you could go. You could get another C, but honestly, you could just add the C off of the B. The other argument for that is you can summon the C next turn. You can go C on A or something, and you can special the C on the next turn if it's still there, and then attach another B. So, but yeah, that's gonna be this local report. Sorry for the handheld quality here. Making do with what I got at the moment. Peace.